think I was doing some reading of these philosophical aspects of the Gita, and I was curious about something, and then I prompted, and then immediately popped out the shloka karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. So basically, it is such a well known and so much cited one that even if what you are asking about, I was asking about like prasad buddhi, and there is other stuff in the Gita which
Mm.
perhaps talks about that notion much better, but it still somehow brought up this one itself,
Yeah.
perhaps because it was so much
Yeah,
more
cited more
more
often
cited, right?
and
So
like
it became
used in a
like,
lot of
yeah,
other
yeah. So
formal sources.
got
True,
it, got
true,
it. So
true.
so there is this aspect also going in. One is
Yeah.
what is the underlying training data itself, which is
Mm.
available to the model. Second is kind of related to it is how the training data itself has these citations, etc., and how it kind of picks up one over the other and establishes some as being authoritative or
Mm.
not, and all this also happens irrespective of whether something is truly accurate or not, right? So that essence is actually getting somewhere lost, if I may use that term. So that is something to watch out for. So these
Yeah,
issues
yeah.
definitely are happening with the way, like uh, the way we curate the data and we train it, etc., and then out comes this probabilistic genie, right, who is there
Mm.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's jump to the second part, where we are now interacting with it. And I think the very first example was with these two fans who are using the AI to generate supporting, affirming claims, right? uh, so let's dive deeper into that aspect of, like, uh, we know that we have learned from the previous episodes of the various kind of biases which we have as humans. And we also saw, like, a lot of this happens due to the way our memory structures work. We have issues like availability bias, or we get like hung up on a certain number, let's say, we get anchored, etc., right? And these lead to like various kind of irrational things which we decide, etc. So when we are interacting with an AI, how should we be very careful of, first of all, the AI having its own affirmation kind of providing personality. Secondly, also being aware of the biases in the data, and what is like, what are the maybe three or four things you can talk about here of the potential dangers which we can get caught into, and then how to mitigate them in this age of AI, where pretty much everybody is using these at some level or the other. Most of, at least I think, most of the people who are traditionally into adopting technology, right, they have moved on to starting to interact with at least large language models. So I think this will be very useful for our listeners to hear from you about some tips and gotchas here.
Right, right. So I think the and this is like not uh, like specific to AI. This is uh, like it is prevalent in any technology tool on which we start to rely too much. And this, the bias I'm talking about is authority bias. Like if we start like giving a lot of authority to anyone. For example, what happens in schools is that kids they see teacher as an authority figure, and they start giving a lot of authority to the teacher, and then whatever the teacher says is sacrosanct. They don't even question, even if the teacher is saying something which is wrong. They just accept it. The same kind of personality surfaces up when we are dealing with say Google search engine, or a chat GPT or Gemini. uh, a lot of times people tend to take the answers given by AI on face value. They don't really try to poke holes in the answer. They don't really try to see if, could the AI have given a wrong answer, and like, is there another, point of view to what the AI is saying? So I think this is very dangerous. We should be aware of this authority bias, and like, this is a human need. Like, humans have a need for authority figure. Like, over like thousands of years, we have seen that human civilizations, they have been centered around people with authority, be it kings, or be it these religious leaders like Gautam Buddha, or like in India, like freedom fighters like Mahatma Gandhi and all, or political leaders. So people give a lot of importance to people with authority, and same behavior kind of is seen when we are interacting with, say, an AI tool. Uh, so whenever we get a response from AI, let us not just take the response as it is. Let us try to reason why the response is right or why it could be wrong. For example, if we ask AI whether what is the right vitamin D dosage, and suppose the AI says the right vitamin D dosage is 5,000 IU. Uh, Now in reality, the dosage may depend on what kind of vitamin D we are talking about, whether it is D3 or D2.
Right.
What is our own deficiency level, whether we are severely deficient, or whether we are just on the borderline. What other medications we are taking, what other health concerns we have, and then what are other physical or fitness goals that we have. Like, are we doing a lot of physical activity? Are we spending a lot of time in the sunshine and all that? But rather than like thinking about all those angles, if people just take AI's answers as the 5,000 IU dosage as the right figure, then that could lead them to making the wrong decisions. So I think authority bias is something which people should be wary of. That AI is a tool. It is not an authority on everything and anything. It can sometimes be wrong, but it can assist us very ably in getting the right answer if we are aware that the answers that we get from AI are truly a function of how we are prompting the AI or how we are engaging with the AI. So the way we are giving prompts to AI, we need to be very careful. We need to ensure that we are not confirming whatever we want to hear. So rather than posing a leading question, we should ask open-ended question, asking from points for both for and against a topic, uh, really forcing the AI to de-bias itself and not give biased responses, nudging the AI to play the role of devil's advocate rather than it truly reflecting its affirmation-driven personality, training the AI so that when it interacts with us, it tries to question us, it tries to push us, and it truly sees that that is how we like to interact with the AI. And again, like keep on discussing or debating with an AI the way you would debate with a human, or the way you would debate with a colleague or a friend, rather than just accepting
Right.
an answer on the very first instance.
Right, got it. So basically, asking it to give like more counter examples, devil's advocate, and also asking for this, like when it seems to be authoritative, asking it to cite its sources, being very transparent, right? These are very key in like how we interpret it, and also not leading it with
He's
giving
right.
like that would give us this confirmation bias kind of responses. Great. So I think maybe what we can do is dive into uh, a well-known tool and go and then talk about some of these bad prompts versus good prompts, and seeing this in action. Do you think you're game for that?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Great, great, great.